We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
International Protective Services is a
Live on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, I know the old saying is, Houston, we have a problem. But it might be Los Angeles, you have a problem with Houston. The resilient Rockets may have grown up after their head coach told them to grow up, and that is now a series. Two dudes scored 45 in the same game. They were on different teams. Only one can win. Fabulous performances. And Liv might be on Liv support. What's up, boys and girls? Happy Thursday. It is the opening drive. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. How you living?
What it do?
How you doing? All right?
All right.
Did I play last night and watch the Laker game?
You did?
You did. I'm not going to pretend I did. Mid-third quarter, I was like, knocked out. I was watching Jabari Smith play at that point. I was watching and then I watched, what I needed to watch this morning, and sure as hell watched a Rockets team that looked confident in the last three games. And I know they feel they should have won game three. You feel they should have won game three, and I feel they should have won game three, but they gave it away. Hence, they didn't win game three. But they did win game four, and they went into L.A. last night and won game five. They're going home for game six with all the momentum. And dare I say, and you can tell me I'm way, 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 way off. Is it possible they're better without Kevin Durant?
It's a conversation worth having.
Okay.
Because they're doing this without Kevin Durant. He's going to be out in game six. They've already announced that, so there's no waiting on it. Game time decision. It's KD's not playing. This group pushes forward with the confidence that they've grown. And looking at the two teams that had a 3-1 series last night, I know you brought it up yesterday, and kind of watching the series, how they've gone the last couple of games, it was LA that needed to win.
Yeah.
I think Orlando going back up 3-2, even with that ridiculously awesome dueling 45-point performances to watch, I think they get it done. The Lakers, I ain't so sure even with Austin Reeves back.
Austin Reeves came off the bench, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists last night. LeBron James led the way for the Lakers with 25, 3, and 7. But it was the 3-point shooting in the first half of the Rockets, and it really felt like the Lakers were packing it in and saying, go ahead and do it. And the Rockets were like, all right, we're going to go ahead and do it. And they did, and they took a halftime lead. It wasn't a big halftime lead, but I think it was 51-47 or something along those lines. But 3-point land, 14 for 40 for the Rockets. The Lakers only made 7 out of 27 attempts from 3-point land, and added up. I mean, that's kind of in large respect where the game was won. I don't know that anybody was dominant down low. Sengun was okay. He had 14, 9, and 8. But I thought it was the way the Rockets set the tone early, shot the ball. I thought they played pretty damn good defense. And after they blew the game, and it is, I mean, they blew the game in Houston, game 3. Ime Udoka, their head coach, was asked, what was the message you sent? And he said, the message I sent was, you need to grow up. And maybe they did. They've talked about being a resilient group and different. And I'm not going to lie, man. You're going to tell me they're without Kevin Durant. I don't think they got a chance. Sounds like Kevin Durant may play his last game there.
It's entirely possible at this point, but if they advance to the second round, then I don't know.
You mean his ankle will be fine?
Yeah, at that point, maybe he's back on, but they're riding this momentum right now. They already announced he's not playing game 6, so they're keeping this group hungry, locked in, not messing with anything. And you bring up the way the game played out. The Lakers are not a good shooting team. And
haven't been for a couple of years.
They need to get inside, and you thought, Reeves coming back, giving that little extra boost, some more of that just floor spacing pop. You credit the Rockets. They did a really good job. I thought the way they played and took the stuff at the rim away from the Lakers, and then how they played through Sengun. And the Lakers gave up threes, but the Rockets hit them yesterday. I also, like the way Sengun moved the ball, because they were trying to double team Sengun a lot in this game with him playing in the high post and kind of initiate the offense, and he ate them up.
He had 8 assists. I'm sorry, 8 assists out of your post, which is, I don't want to say unheard of, but not what you think of when you think of Alperen Sengun. And so, he's been good. They put DeAndre Ayton on him, and I thought Ayton was good last night. 18 points, 17 rebounds, crying out loud. I don't know what much more you're going to get out of DeAndre Ayton. That's about as good as a stat line you can get, right, from him?
That's a very good game from him.
Damn right it is. But you get 1 point from Luke Kennard. You need more than that. Marcus Smart is to me, I love
the biggest thing right there. They made Luke Kennard life a nightmare.
Yeah, but he only took 4 shots. So every time he got the ball, it was contested. It was miserable for him. And LeBron took 20 shots, played 39 minutes, scored 25 points. And, I'm not ready to tell you that the Rockets are going to win the series, because history tells me they won't. You know why? Because it's never happened that a team has been down 3-0 has won a series in the NBA playoffs, right? Never. But right now they're not down 3-0. Whoa, why did my computer black out? Right now they're down 3-2. Right? And I understand they were down 3-0, Jeff. Yeah, no, I got it. Right now they're down 3-2 and they have momentum and they're going home. If they win at home, every speck of pressure's on the Lakers in Game 7.
Oh, no question. It all, whether it's true or not, it all goes right on that one man. LeBron James.
And so that's where it's kind of crazy. We're both going to the same place on it. Because days ago, and literally yesterday, he sat down and ESPN was airing these, LeBron and Michael conversations, and look what he's doing at 41. And let me be very clear. I'm taking nothing away from this athlete at 41. What I'm watching this 41-year-old man do is insane. Jay Billis was on the call for ESPN last night, and he said something that somewhat made me think. He said, have we ever seen an athlete perform better at 41 years old in a major sport? And you immediately go to Tom Brady, right? And Tom Brady won a Super Bowl at 42, 41, whatever it was. So you immediately go there. And after that, where do you go? And I would argue that LeBron right now might be, I don't know, is he performing better? No, because Brady won a Super Bowl. And he wasn't along for the ride in the Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl, right? So there's your argument. You got another comp?
Brady was 44.
Okay. All right. So you're right. So at 41, we've never seen anybody do this. Right. All right. So at 41, maybe, but not.
But he won one at 41, right? Did he?
Didn't he win one at 41? That sounds about right. Yeah, that would be about right. That'd be 3 years back. But give me another comp. So I don't want to take anything away from LeBron. But literally days ago, the conversation was, man, if he does this and this ends the conversation. It was, I don't want to say the conversation. It was a conversation coming from the LeBron loyalists, right? And I don't know where this is going. But we're going to go from, if they don't win the series, this conversation was, it solidifies it. He's the greatest. Look what he's doing at 41 with Reeves and Luka out. And if they win the series and they're up 3-0, and now they're going to get Oklahoma. What what if they become the only team to ever lose a 3-0?
It would be fantastic for the LeBron James narrative.
The hate crew.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that it would be the 41-year-old LeBron James.
Yeah. Be done, old man. Yeah, be done, old man. Yeah.
It would be the best thing for sports talk radio since.
Is what? The last time? I mean, yes. Yes. Yeah, because the never LeBroners are going to jump on this and say, yep, look, attaboy LeBron, you've done another thing that's never been done before.
Finish off the series.
Yeah, that's where it's going to go.
LeBum.
Attaboy LeBron, it'll be another thing that nobody's ever done before. Now, I don't know that I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Lakers win in 7. Why do I think that? Just because history tells me it's never happened before. And the numbers are astronomical, right? It's like 160-something. I'm sorry, 1,600 and something times, right? I'm looking for the number. I can't find it. I heard it yesterday. I mean, it's a crazy ass number, though, isn't it? Like 1,600 or something. So, look, it is phenomenal conversation. It is something. All right, 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. You can get in on the Meineke on San Pedro text line, 505-246-0610. Meineke on San Pedro. You'll get fair and affordable car care for your vehicle. Tweets or Zoo, what do we call the thing, the bird thing now, the X? It's _ JJ Buck. TV, Adrian's producing on television. Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico. Our Facebook page, OD in the AM, and on the YouTube channel for ProView Network. Guest list today, Isotopes hitting coach Matt Snyder's going to be with us. Isotopes are one of the best hitting teams in baseball, period. Like all of baseball early in the season. And here we are on the last day of April. They play a day game today, 11 o'clock start out at the ball pitch against the Chihuahuas. And Matt Snyder is their hitting coach. He'll be with us. Forrest said 9:10, but he doesn't get to produce the show. It's 9:15. We let him know that? I guess maybe. 9:15 is when Matt Snyder is going to be with us. We'll talk to him about why they're hitting so well, the prospects, what they do. Just kind of get to know the hitting coach. We're going to go through. We got tickets to give away. We got one pair of Chupacabras tickets to give away. Indoor football against San Diego Strike Force. That'll be on the 31st of May. That's coming up. We'll do 2 pairs of tickets, and we will do that at 8:43. We'll give away the Chupacabras tickets today. All right? Got a lot of football to talk about. Steelers quarterback situation. A dude that's going to sue for NIL, even though they didn't have NIL when he played college football. And being on live support. We'll also get into the Pitt stuff as well, because that was a big conversation. When we get back, 2 dudes in the same game on different teams scored 45 in a playoff game yesterday. Obviously, only one can win. Hell of a shootout. We'll do that when we get back. Guys, how you living? How you feeling? Feeling like you? Feeling like you want to? Or are you dealing with just chronic fatigue? Not performing well. Not feeling like you. Just dragging a little bit. Not focusing. Take care of it. Don't just blame age and hope it's going to go away. Don't think it's going to take care of itself, because it will not. Go see the experts at Vita Vital Medical. Hormones play a huge role in how men feel every single day. It's reality. Vita Vital Medical specializes in hormone therapy. They've helped thousands of men feel better all around the world. See, what Vita Vital does is they actually test you, evaluate you, and then explain what's going on with your body. And then they create a plan specifically tailored to you. So stop guessing what's going on. Get real answers, get real results, and meet with real medical providers. Create a plan based on your test. So whether it's testosterone optimization, medical weight loss, or peptides to boost performance and recovery, everything they do is medically guided and tailored specifically for men who want to feel better, stronger, and more in control. Stop settling. Stop feeling off. Take action now and get results. Listen to what they're doing for you right now. Your initial exam and blood work are just $79. Guys, $79 to figure out what's going on and get a plan to feel better. Here's the number, 505-537-8484. 505-537-8484. They're online at VitaVitalMedical.com. That's V-I-D as in David A, V-I-T as in Thomas A-L, VitaVitalMedical.com, and you can book online.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletic. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom.
Canada with the Cavaliers up 3 games to 2. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. JJ, how about a playoff game where 2 dudes, one on each team, go for 45? Cade Cunningham and Paulo Banchero became just the second set of players with dueling 45-point-plus performances in NBA history. The other time that happened, Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray, they scored north of 50. They did it in 2020 in the first round. That was the Utah Jazz and the Nuggets back in the day. Cunningham was good. He had 20 points in the second quarter. Paulo Banchero kept his team tight. 45, 4, and 5 for Cade Cunningham. Banchero 45, 9 rebounds and 7 assists. In Pistons stay alive. This thing probably ends when it goes back down to Florida, though, because, I mean, your point's right on this. And I guess I didn't watch enough. Well, I did. I watched some late Pistons. And when they were without their best player, which is Cade Cunningham, when he had the collapsed lung, and I watched them hold on to the 1 seed and I watched them play, I'm like, you know what? They're legit. Like, when they were able to hold on and do it without him, I'm like, okay, when he comes back, these dudes are going to be it. And, I think Duran's been the biggest one that surprised me in the playoffs that hasn't been able to continue what he did. But I bought into it because I thought, all right, if they're doing that without their best player, put him back in the lineup, they're going to be something else.
And Cade Cunningham was special last night, and that's one of those elite moments from someone that people kind of remember, the number 1 overall pick from Oklahoma State, Detroit, and this is a reminder that this can be one of those guys. Now, can he do it 2 more times? He has the talent to. But with Paul Banchero stepping up like that, Desmond Bane, I think the Magic will hold them off when they go back there. But it was a legendary first-round game, if you can have one. Just watching those 2 guys duel, going back and forth, just exceptional talents. And, you know, it's a sport where you can do that, where one guy can be like, you know what, it's going to be my night tonight, and get out the way.
I think you can have a legendary game in the first round. I think you absolutely can. Wasn't it the first round last year where the Pacers beat the Knicks and the shot by Halliburton, right? The shot, the choke sign. Was that the first or second round? Right? I don't know, but I know it wasn't the conference final. Or was it? No, because they beat the Celtics in the conference final, right? So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be in the finals or conference finals to be legendary, and this certainly can be one of those. But those 2 guys are something, man. If you know, you haven't watched Pistons and Magic, and I get it that you haven't, those are 2 first overall picks going at each other, and 2 guys who are really, really good. The other one, Cavaliers beat the Raptors. That was back in Ohio, 125-120. James Harden went for 23 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. The beard was good. This was actually a really good back and forth. Toronto scored 40 points in the second quarter. Toronto is really, really interesting to me because I obviously Scotty Barnes is terrific and RJ Barrett balls for them, but you go up and down that roster, and maybe you forgot Brandon Ingram was there with his 1 point yesterday. But up and down, I don't know that a lot of people can name a ton of players there. You know who I loved in college, and maybe I forgot until this series that he was there, is Jamal Shead. Remember he got hurt at the end of his college career and didn't play in the NCAA tournament, and I probably cost Houston, well, a national championship, maybe, right? But I always loved his game, and I think he's good. Cleveland wins at home, though, and it's 3-2. This feels like a 7-gamer, doesn't it?
The Toronto Raptors have been the most impressive team in the first round of the playoffs. When you look at kind of series expectations, how things have played out, they have been good this entire series. And it's not one where you necessarily feel like you're disappointed, potentially looking at the Pistons. Like, this has just been good basketball with the team that you just laid out. Just don't really know about the Raptors at this moment in time. They're just a good basketball team. And they have been the squad that's impressed me the most in the first round.
Yeah. Really? They've been the one that's impressed you the most? Interesting. I think it's fair. I mean, I guess you expect what you got out of Oklahoma City and San Antonio, right? Fair. I'll tell you, there's a couple of teams that have impressed me in the first round. LA, honestly, in the first 3 games. 76ers. I thought they'd be done. And then, yeah. And the Magic. And the Magic. Coming up out of the 8th seed, having to fight through the play-in, and they're up 3-2 on the number 1 seed. I mean, the Magic have been, like, insanely impressive. But, yeah, I'm not mad at that. What is this? Is this the 3-6 series? Is that what that is? No, it's the 4-5, right? It's the 4-5?
Yeah.
So the winner gets the Magic Detroit win. Huh. Tell you what, Cleveland's got it too. Like, would it surprise you if Cleveland's in the conference final?
It would not.
Who's the best team in the East right now? Is it the Knicks playing the best right now?
Still taking Tatum and Brown.
Okay. All right.
But I think the Knicks and the 76ers with Embiid close that gap.
Yeah. Ooh, Sixers. All right. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610 if you're paying tolls. David said 40-year-olds. Jeff, you asked who did this at 40. This is a good one. I didn't ask it. Jay Billis on the broadcast last night said, is this the best? I'm trying to remember how he said it. Is this the best performance or best of a 41-year-old has looked in major sport? I can't remember how he said it. He wasn't talking about a one-game performance. And you immediately go, Tom Brady. But this is a good one. David says, you asked who did this at 40 years old. Been a long time, but only one guy I know of. Kareem was finals MVP at 38. Won 2 more titles at age 40 and 41. Wasn't the MVP, but was still their starting center and one of the leading scorers. So besides him, yeah, no one else. I think that's a really good one. Yeah, David, thank you. I think that's terrific. Is there a pitcher? I'm going to guess there might be a pitcher in the big leagues who went into his 40s. I mean, I don't know that there was a slugger that was still doing it, a hitter that was still doing it. I'm going to, somebody's going to tell me Gordie Howe, because didn't Gordie Howe play way, way late? Like some of the hockey players, right, back in the day, the pre-helmet days, those dudes went deep. How Mario Lemieux played late, didn't he?
He did.
But at this level, I mean, Kareem's a really, really good pull. Really good pull. All right, keep them coming. When we get back, is Live on Live support. The Saudis may be pulling the plug. So all those guys who got all that money, where are they going to go? What are you going to do? Well, let's talk about it. That because this is a big deal. Hey, for 13 years, Albuquerque has trusted one single name in bridal jewelry. That's John Thomas Jewelry. 5-time best jeweler in Albuquerque, the 3-time fastest growing jeweler in New Mexico, and the only IJO master jeweler in the city. Maybe more importantly, my jeweler, and probably your jeweler if you've ever been in the doors. And if you haven't, you should, because they will impress you immediately with their service, with their quality, with everything that they have. And now they built something even more worthy of all your trust. A brand new 4,000 square foot state-of-the-art showroom featuring a dedicated bridal bar, a private diamond viewing area, and a glass enclosed design lab where you can watch your ring come to life from concept to custom creation. And it happens right before your eyes. It's jewelry the way it should be. It's transparent, it's innovative, and it is yours. It's John Thomas Jewelers. It's the only jewelry store in Albuquerque offering a free lifetime nationwide warranty and the exclusive home of the no regrets engagement. What does all that mean? That means anywhere you go, if something happens with your ring, your jewelry, you take it in and it is warranted. They take care of it. The no regrets engagement ring, if she doesn't love the ring, you have a year to bring it back and have them redesign it at no extra cost, because when the moment comes, hesitation has no place. Go by and see them at the brand new stunning showroom, second floor, 10501 Montgomery Northeast. That's 10501 Montgomery Northeast between Dion's and El Patron. John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletic. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges a month.
Lose $500 to $600 million. I guess it depends who you are. If you're Saudi Arabia for a while, and then you're like, yeah, I'm done. Live is on Live Support, the fledgling golf tour that took so many of the big names, has informed its players and its staff that the PIF, the Saudi Public Investment Fund, which has funded this to the tune of $5 billion with a B dollars since the circuit launched. The PIF, JJ, is withdrawing its funding for Live Golf at the conclusion of the 2026 season, ending its investment. It's according to the Wall Street Journal and CNBC. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. We've talked about Live. You know that they canceled or at least postponed their New Orleans tournament. The PIF chairman is Yasir Al-Rumayyan, the Live Golf founder. He stepped down this week as the league's chairman of the board. Live Thursday announced that it has established a new, quote, independent board led by Gene Davis and John Zinman, and they're going to seek to secure long-term financial partners to support Live and transition from foundational launch to diversified multi-partner investment model. Basically, JJ, what that means is they're looking for investors to put millions, if not billions of dollars into Live. Good luck with that. It didn't gain traction. It didn't gain ratings. It gave huge sums of money to Phil Mickelson and to John Rahm and to Bryson DeChambeau and to Brooks Koepka and to others. They claim that they've got a path to keep this together. And I good for them, and they're not giving up. And knock yourself out. They're going to try to establish investors who are willing to keep this thing together. Meanwhile, Live players are starting to reach out to the PGA Tour to figure out how they get back. What does a path back to the PGA look like? First off, before we hit that, I mean, do you see a path? This is it, right, for Live? Because I just don't see.
No one's going to sink that money into this product. It's even with paying stars. I think even if Live had more tournaments in prime time, I don't think there's an appetite for golf fans to split between two tours.
The Saudis have cited, amongst other things, the war in Iran as reasons that they're reevaluating their investment in sports. Live now with a tenuous future, and they've been trying to recruit more of the PGA's top players, and it's failed. What was the last, like in the last 2 years, who's gone over there? Rahm was the last big name, right? And we've talked about how miserable he looked since going over there. Granted, he got reportedly $300 million, so you can live with being miserable. But the PGA Tour itself added private investment. But the losses are estimated to be between $500 and $6 million a year. Live is on pace to improve revenue by projected $100 million. But when you're losing that much, I mean, does it matter? 100% increase, that's great. That's why the league's going to survive, O'Neill says. Okay, cool. But so now we're only losing $500 million? And now the Saudis aren't going to back it anymore? I don't know how they're going to do this. So now what? Now what for the player? JJ, I don't know if this is going to be easy. Back in January, PGA Tour CGO, who's Brian Rolap, introduced a returning member program. That's how Brooks Koepka's in. It's a performance-based pathway for players who had been away from the tour for at least 2 years and had won either the Players' Championship or any of the four majors from 22 to 25. And then players had until February 2, which is now well past, to decide if they want to come back. Brooks Koepka accepted. There were some penalties with it. Other guys like Bryson DeChambeau, John Rahm, Cameron Smith did not. So with the returning player member program now expired, the PGA Tour is exploring different plans for specific players. They're going to pick now to potentially make their way back under new and possibly more stringent restrictions. Rolap said, quote, "We're interested in having the best players who can help our tour. Not every player can do that," end quote. Like, how about Patrick Reed? He joined Live in 2020. Didn't renew his contract with Live. He's serving a 1-year ban. He's eligible to return to PGA on August 25th. Guys like Henrik Stenson, Pat Perez opted to leave Live. They're allowed to return under similar year-long bans. It's going to be interesting because now the PGA Tour can say, you know what? All you guys who just went for the money, if you're not Rahm, Reed, Stenson, I'm not sure we need you. We got young stars that came up through our ranks and stayed loyal to us and didn't just jump for the money. And this is going to be really interesting because the animosity was real for a long, long time. How do you think this plays out? Huh?
I think they get dudes to pay fines. Some are probably going to have to go through a much longer path to earn their way back. And they'll be a little hypocritical by just going right back to the stars. But that makes sense for their brand now because you want those guys on the PGA Tour. And you just kind of grind your axe for a little bit. But I think ultimately with the good players, you want them on your tour. And if, some of the it's not household names want to come back, you can make it tougher and how to earn their card back in the events they have to play in.
So Live Golf, I'm trying to find their tournament. I was looking for their money list, but okay, Singapore, you're going to take the Bryson DeChambeaus and the Lee Westwoods and the John Rahm. Are you that interested in Brendan Steele and Richard T. Lee and even Matthew Wolff or Taylor Gooch for that matter? Those are good players, right? Those are guys who've won on tour.
DP World Tour.
Yeah, I think that's right. And earn your way back. Sergio, probably the way you're going to have to go. Harold Varner, you're probably going to have to go that way too. I mean, they're all names. We've heard names, guys who've won. Danny Lee's won. Charles Howell III, Graham McDowell have won on tour. They're probably going to have to earn their way back. Because, JJ, I'm looking at a list of 57 dudes, okay, that played in Singapore. They're good. But what about all these young PGA golfers who've come up and made a name for themselves and are winning tournament?
You know what? I'm not mad at those guys if they got themselves a nice bag like Harold Varner, etc.
Good for him.
But now it's not just going to be slide back in. Got to get to work. Get back on the PGA Tour.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to say I felt this was inevitable, but I felt this was inevitable. I just, how long? I felt the Saudis would get bored with this at some point. And it kind of doesn't feel like that's what's happening here. It's kind of, I'm bored with it. They're talking about, why are we doing this? Why are we losing all this money? What's it doing for us? They cited the war and the relationship with the United States now and all this stuff. The Saudi Arabia, it says, is in the midst, according to the Wall Street Journal, in the midst of reevaluating its substantial financial commitments in the sports space overall and the ongoing conflict between the United States and Iran. I mean, I don't know. Did Trump kill Live Tour? I don't know.
They were playing at his courses, weren't they?
They were. I think PGA is going back to one of his courses this week. But yeah. So this is just something to watch, man. But by next year, every Sunday gets more interesting. Because I think the PGA has been great and all the names that have been up there and the way they've made their signature tournaments. And you get Rory and Scotty and Morikawa and all the big names. Now you're going to probably next year throw Rahm, DeChambeau, Patrick Reed, all those guys back into the mix. It just gets even better. I mean, overall, it's going to make golf that much better, I think. So maybe the ultimate goal was achieved because all these guys are going to be back on the same tour and the money is increased and they're all going to be there every week. And the weeks they're not, they're still really damn good golf. So yeah, that's what's going on. Live is on Live Support. All right, when we get back, let's get into some of the Steelers quarterback stuff. What Mr. Rooney had to say, Mr. How come every other owner goes by first name, but he's Mr.? What Mr. Rooney had to say yesterday about the Steelers quarterback and Aaron Rodgers. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Channel.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletic. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order it.
By Sultan Chani Saucedo. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, 505-246-0610. He even said thank you today. That never happens. All right, 505-246-0610. Come on in and play radio with us. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Dan, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's good, Dan?
Good morning. What a mess, huh?
Man, I was
live is a mess.
I was thinking about you this morning.
It's simple business dynamics. I think, Jeff, you'll agree. If you're not getting a return on your investment, you stop the investment, right?
Well, normally, but this always seems so different, right? Because the Saudis were just pulling money out of the ground, and obviously there's an endless supply. But we all always said, why are they doing this? What's the point, right? At what point do they just say, I'm done losing money? And Dan, it feels to me like they just got bored.
Well, when it first happened, I remember we all had a conversation on the radio about it, and you had said the same thing. Let's see how long this lasts.
Yep.
I remember you saying that, but the war is a perfect out for these guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
The war it's a perfect out. They all said, hey, man, this war, now's our time to get out. That's just the way I see it from the outside looking in. So in reference to one other comment that you made this morning, yeah, it's a domino effect, right?
In regard to what?
Effect.
What do you mean?
The messes that get started at one point can definitely domino all the way down and start affecting other entities. You know what I mean? You said, well, did Trump blow live?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is that you said.
Yeah.
I think, the war, and I think it's a domino effect. Things are just caving and falling all around us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Live included. Like I said, it's a good out for the Saudis because they weren't making any money.
Well, they were losing it to $500 billion a year. So it's incredible. All right, man. No, it's good to hear you. I was thinking about you today. It's good. I'm glad you're
buddy.
good. See you. It's a really good point, actually. Were they looking for a reason? Saudi relationships with America? I mean, the Iranians have been bombing sites in Saudi Arabia. The Iranians during this conflict have been, if you watch what's going on, they've been going after their Arab neighbors in the Middle East, anywhere there's an American interest, and there's been in Saudi Arabia. And so I don't know what the relationship between the Saudis and Iran are, but if that's they needed, I don't know if they needed an excuse, did they? But maybe this helps them look better. You know what?
They're not going to look better at all.
Fair.
There was a lot of, are they doing this to make you overlook everything they do?
Sports washing was the term. Yeah.
So they can say whatever they want. But I think most people are just like, yeah, we saw this coming from the start.
Right. I mean, I asked at the beginning, how long does this last? How long can you lose that? No matter who you are. And JJ, if the reports are right, and I have no reason to believe that they are not, if they're losing upwards of $500 to $600 million a year, I don't care who you are and how rich you are and how much oil you pull out of the ground. At some point, don't you get bored losing that? I mean, you're tired of that, right? And they've been doing this since 2020, so that's 6 years. That's $3+ trillion they've lost. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on in their country, but I'm going to guess there could have been a better use for $3 trillion than throwing it at John Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau and putting on extravagant parties all around the world. I don't know who makes this decision. Is it the prince, Yasser Al-Rumayyan, whoever makes the decision? But somebody probably said, you know what, man, why are we throwing all this money away? We're not getting any traction. What are we getting out of it? I think it was initially, remember we had the conversation. It was initially to be about kind of like a tourism thing. They were going to build up the Saudi Arabia as a big tourist destination for people from around the world and come here and look how beautiful it is. And you can play golf here and you can do all these great things and come to Saudi Arabia. And I don't know that that's happened. I mean, I don't roll in those circles, but maybe you do. You got a bunch of buddies who've been to Saudi Arabia for vacation.
No. And they're, with what's going on too, they missed out Formula One, canceled their race there this year. That didn't show up.
Tell you what,
it's a huge weekend.
They did change the lives of a lot of people. Bill Mickelson got 200. John Rahm got 300.
A lot of dudes got paid. Hopefully those were
up front,
guaranteed direct deposits.
Yeah, upfront money. Sorry, I'm not giving you back your oil money. Yeah. All right, I don't know if this is breaking. I guess it is breaking. Shams Charania is reporting Kevin Durant will miss Game 6 of the Rockets-Lakers series. Is that good for the Rockets?
We talked about it in the first segment.
Yeah,
that he was out game 6.
I guess, with all due respect, man, maybe it's better for those young guys to not have that OG in there. It's so weird to sit here and say one of the best players of this generation, who I don't think has done and has had a pretty spectacular season. I mean, JJ, you look at him in the regular season, he played. He was good. It's hard to sit here and say that, but they may be better off without him. So no no Kevin Durant. As you go to game 6, it'll be tomorrow night in Texas after the Rockets win last night. All right, what else you got for me on here? We'll get there. We'll get into Lobo volleyball a little later, Harold. What's Ryan's long-term vision for Lobo volleyball? Lars wants to know Kevin Durant or Philly Mick, Phil Mickelson. Who has bleeped the bed worse, Hefe? Oh, and they're both champions, right? Mickelson's a multi-time major champion. Kevin Durant's a 2-time NBA champion. I don't know. Not sure either one of them, when I think of who bleeped the bed the most, is that who comes to mind to you? No, they both missed out on opportunities. I'll give you that. They both missed out on opportunities. Durant, that year with Oklahoma City when they had Golden State down 3-1, missed an opportunity. Philly Mick, when he hit the ball on the top of the tent at the PGA Championship, pretty sure it was the PGA. Could have been the U.S. Open. And maybe it was the U.S. Open. All right, Steelers quarterback situation. Derby's coming up. Hoops, the Pit, and you ringing the phones at 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM. At AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jimmy John's Toasted Sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Jimmy John's Toasted Sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell.
9 FM and AM 610 KNML, the sports animal. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Oh, yeah, buddy, on a Thursday. We got stuff to give away today. We'll give away a pair of Chupacabras tickets. Indoor football. The San Diego Strike Force will be in town on the 31st of May. Give away a pair of tickets coming up about 8:43 today. We got a guest today. Matt Snyder's the hitting coach for your Albuquerque Isotopes. They play day baseball today, 11 o'clock out at the ball pitch. They will play the Chihuahuas or Chihuahuas of El Paso. El Paso beat them 7-6 last night. It's taking the first 2 games of this series. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. I'll be out at Frank's Supply today. You can come by and say hello from 11 to 1. Frank's Supply is celebrating their 73rd anniversary, and they've got unbelievable savings on professional tools and equipment. It is today, 3311 Stanford Drive, Northeast, over off of Candelaria, or Candelaria, if you prefer. Candelaria, Del Norte, Joe Gonzalez. You know, I mean, all that. How you living? You good?
Good.
Gonna come out to Frank's Supply, or you gonna go to the ball? Oh, you got the BV show.
Very, very busy.
Day ball, too. It'll be perfect day. Little windy. All right.
Did you hear some winds are coming in?
No. I'm gonna ask Zoltan about that. Maybe he'll tell me all about that. Rockets beat the Lakers last night, 98-93, to stave off elimination. Whenever else do you use the word stave? S-T-A-V. Is there another use of that word that you ever utilize it?
No.
Right? They staved off. Pistons staved off elimination last night in Detroit. They beat the Magic in maybe a classic, 116-109. Cade Cunningham had 45 for the Pistons. Paulo Banchero had 45 for the Magic in a losing. And the Cavaliers beat the Raptors 125-120. Cleveland's up 3-2 in that series. In the hockey last, and you had a thriller late night in Las Vegas. It went double overtime. The Golden Knights beat the Mammoth 5-4 in double overtime. So Vegas is up 3-2 on Utah in that series. Flyers finished off the Penguins 1-0 in overtime. 4-2, they win that series. And Montreal wins in Tampa Bay 3-2. The Canadiens are up 3-2 in that series. They are headed back to Quebec. That's your playoff stuff from yesterday.
Pittsburgh getting all salty now. Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Chris Letang, and it'll be time to move on.
Yeah, is that the end of that iteration of the Penguins?
Most likely.
Yeah, it probably is, right? All right, also in Pittsburgh, who's their quarterback? I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers, right? It's got to be Aaron Rodgers. Well, Steelers made the move on Monday to protect themselves on the unrestricted free agent thing, where they put the tag on him, and if they lose him to another team, or if he retired, they get a compensatory pick. Art Rooney is the owner of the Steelers. He was on the NFL Network yesterday, and he obviously is being asked about Aaron Rodgers. Who's your quarterback? Remember when this all started, and it's May tomorrow. Tomorrow is May. We were told this isn't going to be like last year. Rodgers isn't going to do this again. It's not going to drag on. Well, May means camp opens in 2 months, right? In July. That's when camp. And here we are, and we're doing it again. Quote from Art Rooney, we've been in contact with Aaron on a regular basis. He's been keeping us up to date on his plan. Okay. Even though I thought we would have concluded by now, I think we will come to a conclusion here in the next week. End quote. Okay. I mean, it sounds like a guy who thinks Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback, doesn't it?
It does. And you wonder if they know it, but they can't say it outwardly. Because if I'm, Mike McCarthy, and yeah, you want Aaron Rodgers around for the workouts, but if you get there for training camp, do you trust him to be able to handle everything for this year? And because even if he's there, I think, Drew Aller, Will Howard, a lot of summer rep. Aaron Rodgers kind of stretch, here's limber, throw a couple passes, all right, we're good.
Ben Roethlisberger's got his choice, right? And what Ben Roethlisberger talks a lot these days, doesn't he? Does he have a show? Does he have what's it? A podcast? What's he like? He's out there a lot. The former quarterback that they've been trying to replace, he's skeptical of the decision to go after Drew Aller. Quote, this is one I'm not sure yet if I love it or hate it. And this is on his own podcast. He says, I don't watch a lot of Penn State games. When I do watch, or when I did watch, he never jumped off the page to me. Is he big? Can he move? Can he throw? Yes. But there was never a time where I was like, whoa. Aller's interesting because, again, JJ, this was a year ago, and he came out. He'd have been a top 5 pick, probably, right? Then he kind of slipped as the team slipped. His accuracy wasn't very good.
Yeah, there's always a few of these guys at the big programs that we think, hey, this guy could be a first-round pick. And they end up sliding down.
You know who did this? And I don't want to make this comparison because I don't know that they're comparable and other than if they'd have come out a year earlier, they'd have been a high pick, and then they slipped. Was Josh Rosen at UCLA. And he only slipped to 7 or 8 with the Cardinals.
He was a top 10 pick.
Yeah, but he was going to be the dude if he came out the year before. And, boy, that was horrible. That just did not work at all. But his weakness, I mean, he panics a little bit under pressure. He runs out of the pocket. And he wasn't very accurate. They got a situation. The other one that was really interesting to me is the conversation in Cleveland. And you're like, Jeff, why do you care about Cleveland? Because I find that to be maybe one of the most interesting quarterback situations headed into the NFL season. And CBS is reporting, and Cleveland.com, that Deshaun Watson's got the upper hand on Shedeur Sanders, the inside track on the starting. They had their first voluntary mini camp, and Deshaun Watson's back out there, and he got the lion's share of the first team practice. Look, they got more money invested in Deshaun Watson. They saw a little bit of Shedeur last year. I'm not sure. If Shedeur would have impressed him that much, he'd be the guy. And I think they're trying to save a little bit of face and get something out of that damn contract.
Well, that's a new coaching.
I understand, but it's still the same ownership group.
Yeah. This makes a ton of sense. Having Shedeur around, there's a little bit of upside, but it's now or never with Deshaun Watson.
100%.
You just got to keep running him out there, and then if it falls apart, then if you're Cleveland, you got to look at the ownership group and say, move on.
See, the reality is, if Deshaun Watson still got it, and I think that's a gigantic if, he should be in his prime. Deshaun Watson's 30 years old. This should be the prime of his career as a quarterback, right? Now, he's had between the injuries and the massage issue. Obviously, he's not. I would argue with you that the biggest hurdle he's been facing as I watched him as a quarterback is above the shoulder. Like how does he get back to being that? Right? I don't know that he can get back to being that. He got $230 million. He's got civil lawsuits, sexual misconduct. He didn't play. He got hurt. He got the Achilles, all that stuff. I don't know that he ever gets back to that, whether he's got the physical prowess or not, because I just don't know how he's clearing the mental hurt. But I do believe he's going to be their starting quarterback on opening day. All that said and done, I do believe he's going to be their dude on opening day. I don't believe he's going to be their guy in late October. I believe that's going to be Shedeur Sanders. But I do believe he's going to be their guy opening.
All signs point to that happening.
I think that's where it's going to be. All right, when we get back, I got another NFL story. And this one. If he wins this case, look out, college. Because there's a dude who's making money in the NFL that wants his NIL. Oh, all right, cool. Wait. There was no NIL when he was in college. Yeah, but he wants his NIL. This could be really, really interesting. We're going to get into this when we get back. 505-246-0610 is how to get it. 505-246-0610. LaBarge Landscape is terrific. They are family-owned, family-operated company that's been doing this for 33 years in our community. Doing what? Creating incredibly beautiful landscapes, yards, projects. They did my yard. I've got them working on another thing here coming up in the next week or so. They were my go-to when we needed some work done. Why LaBarge? Because they over-delivered for me, and I've watched what they've done all over our community. They create dreams. They have dreams come to true. They take your dreams and they create reality. What I'm trying to tell you. They transform your space into beautiful oasis. You got a yard and you want something done. I don't care if it's just a cleanup, and that's what I needed. Grass was not really looking good. The sprinklers weren't working. There was junk everywhere. They took care of me. I love it. You want a transformation? They're going to do that for you. You know exactly what you want? LaBarge is going to bring it to life. You know you want something, but gosh, you don't know exactly what. You got this space. They got a design team, and they're going to come out, and they are going to create these beautiful sketches until you get exactly what it is you are looking for, and you and your family are going to love it for years. It's now time. Tomorrow is May. It is spring, boys and girls. Get out and enjoy your space and make it beautiful. Have LaBarge Landscape do that for you. Licensed, bonded, and insured. That means they do what they say they're going to do. And what I found is they do it way better. They're going to treat your property as if it's their own. LaBargeLandscape.net is the website. LABARGE. LaBargeLandscape.net. Go by, bounce around the gallery, look at some of the beautiful projects they've done, and then make an appointment at 505-345-3000. It's area code 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It is LaBarge.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. all while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on, savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We had a JJ Buck. Matt Snyder's going to be with us, the Ice Scope sitting coach, coming up at 9 o'clock, 9:15. All right, so NIL, name, image, and likeness. Really what it is pay to play college athletes. Kind of become prevalent over the last few years. You make some money while you're playing college ball. Different, anywhere from a few thousand to a few million. Jameson Williams is a Lions wide receiver. He played most of his college career, JJ, before NIL era began. Kind of, just born too early kind of a thing, right? Not really. Now he wants to get compensated for the money which the system, he says, prevented him from earning. And for the money the system earned from his skills and his ability. New York Post had the story that Williams has sued the NCAA, sued the Big Ten, sued the SEC for misappropriating his name, his image, and his likeness. It's a framed, or it's in the civil complaint. It was filed in L.A. County. The alleged violations are ongoing. JJ, this is fascinating. To the extent that the antitrust laws open the floodgates for players to get paid, those players who were denied the ability to do so because of past antitrust violations have potential rights that can be pursued in court. If he wins, if he somehow is due back money, how do you go back and prove what somebody should have made, should have gotten? I mean, this opens the floodgate, right? Which there's no way all these schools can pay.
Yeah, I look at this one, I'm like, what a Delta Bravo. There's former players that have been fighting for a ton, and the system has changed. But at some point in time, even when things move forward and there's new changes, someone's going to get chef. We're seeing it right now with 5-for-5 and the players that just played 4 years and what they're getting ready to do with 5-for-5 passes to immediately take it to court so they'll get their extra year. Like, at some point, things change. And you have to move forward. And for Jameson Williams, be a first-round NFL draft pick. to now go back and just try to nuke the system again with potential even more payout. Like, I get it. They're being advised what is in your best interest. Like, you're a professional athlete now, man.
Make it a
I'm
chunk of
sorry.
money.
Like, what? Because if you do this, like, the dude that's like, yeah, I played in 1983. Where's my check?
No, seriously. Where does this end?
Like, at some point in time, you have to move on. Like, I'm sorry, you were not a part of it. This is the system now. Here we go.
I don't know that anything brings down the system, but this could bring down the system. Like the floodgate. Like, let's just say he wins, and he's due X millions of dollars. Well, every dude who played college football, basketball, back to your point, back to when, and that's where it's like, all right, never mind, we're done. Because let me just tell you something. If I'm a university president and I get hit with zillions of dollars worth of I back payment for dudes that came through, I got to shut her down. Civil complaint says, quote, to date, Williams has received no fair compensation from defendants for the full commercial value of his name, image, and likeness. Defendants continuously financially benefit from Jameson Williams' name, image, and likeness rights, while also doing so without providing him with just compensation. So, in that time, in that era, and this is where I got to yield to legal advice. When you sign on, you sign your scholarship papers. When you sign on, right? Like when a basic media contract, anything you and I do, any content we have is owned by QVC, right? And so we could leave tomorrow, and they could use anything that we've done if they want to promote their product, right? That's it. We're on their air. They own this content. Is there not something somewhat similar when you sign a scholarship, and I'm going to guess it's different now, but back in the day when you sign a scholarship, that there's some rights that are theirs that they can use, right? The grant of rights, the television stuff, all that stuff. You're getting whatever compensation you're getting at that point. It was, what do they call the cost of living or cost of attendance, right? And you're getting your scholarship, your housing, your board, all that other stuff. Isn't there, at some point, doesn't the school have some sort of rights to the content? And I don't know either. Yeah. But that's where this thing's going to go. This one to me is bonkers. And it's fascinating because I want to see where this goes. And I think everybody else wants to see where it goes. And he's suing everybody, man. The NCAA, the Big Ten, the SEC. He played at Ohio State. He played for Alabama. He wants the earnings he would have received from social media, as well as some of the game telecast group licensing revenue. Quote, plaintiff received less, zero, than he otherwise would have received for the use of his name, image, and likeness in a competitive marketplace, and thus was damaged and seeks to recover those damages. Wow. I mean, if you start taking today's standards, he's not totally wrong. But I'm just telling you, this could blow the lid off. Am I wrong? Am I overestimating the potential of this?
No, because we've seen everything that goes to court goes through when it comes to name, image, and likeness, the eligibility, everything.
Pretty crazy, right? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. All right, a couple other football notes. Football is football, and he's our coach, man. Mike Vrabel's going through what he's going through with his personal life, with the Diana Rossini thing and his marriage and all that stuff. How's he being received in his locker? I guess Vrabel went to a fan event or a season ticket holder event, got a standing ovation. The players in the locker room seem to be standing by him. You know why? He's a good coach, and he helps them win. Hunter Henry's their tight end. Robert Spillane is a linebacker. They both took questions about Mike Vrabel's, what he said to the team and all that stuff. They said the situation hasn't impacted what they're doing at all. Football is football. Quote, this is from Spillane. Coaches coach football, or coach coaches football. And he keeps the main thing the main thing. I know he's dealing with personal issues, but when we're in the building, we speak football. That was his quote. Hunter Henry said, quote, thought Vrabel did a great job. Same Vrabes. When the team's been in the facility, he also said everybody's focused on the task at hand as they prepare. I would expect nothing. Football's football, man. Those guys aren't going to try to get into his business. I guess plenty of them have some business of their own, right? I would expect nothing less from the player than to support their coach. Let me ask you this. Before this thing came out, what was the image of Mike Vrabel?
Football is football.
Great dude, football is football, players coach, really like him, straight up dude. Like, give me a negative that you'd ever heard of Mike Vrabel. Right? And so that's what you would expect these guys to say, how they would treat him. He's their coach. I'm going to treat him the way he treats me, man. He's got his stuff. I'm not going to judge him. I don't need him judging me. I'll support him. We're here for him. But football is football. And you thought Mike Bobo. Right? But that's how that's going to be. All right. When we get back, let's get into this a little bit. It was a big conversation yesterday with the NCAA tournament expanding and going to, they're going to want another site, another Dayton-type site. And we all feel Albuquerque would be great for it, and you all love the Pit. I listen, people tell me, oh, the Pit's better than Dayton. I don't know. You ever been to Dayton? I mean, I like the Pit, too. I think it's really cool. But obviously the NCAA doesn't feel that way. So Jeff Grammer did a pretty good dive into this, and we'll talk about the Pit and what would they have to do. What are the issues that are precluding University Arena or the Pit presented by Newsenda or whatever we're calling it, or Wise Pies, or that place over there on, do we still call it Avenida Cesar Chavez, or do we call it Stadium now? What's the street going to be called?
The Pit, powered by Newsenda.
All right. I want to get into that. That's next. Let's see the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610.
The course.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, With 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you.
This Jameson Williams things goes through and dudes can start suing for back NIL. How far back can you go? Kenny Thomas is going to be all over UNM. I want my NIL back from 1986 or 1996. Right? I mean, honestly, like how far back does it go? And then they got to find some slush fund of a few $1 billion. They got to go to the Saudis and get money because they're not doing live anymore. I mean, honestly, this one's crazy. Your take on it's pretty interesting. James in Rio Rancho says, good morning, Jeff and JJ. In regards to Jameson Williams' lawsuit, I agree with Jeff. It could be catastrophic for college football if he even sniffs out any compensation. What about the likes of Johnny Manziel, Tim Tebow, Cam Newton? The amount of money Johnny Football generated for Texas A&M was easily over $100 million. What would his compensation look like? I'm sure when the NIL structure was put in place, there was language protecting against compensation. But it seems like all the players coming after the NCAA are winning their cases. I'm very interested to see how everything plays out. You guys have a great day. Thanks. It's from James in Rio Rancho. No, James, thank you. Look, man, this is something to keep an eye on. I hadn't heard about it until this morning. When did this go down?
A couple days in the news.
Yeah, it broke on the 28th, but today's the 30th, right? Yeah, a couple days. This one's, man, how do you think this is being perceived in the locker? You think they're all rooting for him? Or you're thinking like, dude, you're going to bring down college football?
They don't care.
Get me mine.
Yeah.
Get me mine. I want more. Okay. All right. We had a lot of conversation yesterday about the pit, and everybody's got this conception, their idea, their perception of why the pit is not getting NCAA postseason games anymore, and what should happen and what will happen, and everybody's got their perception of the pit. I think a real perception of the pit is it's an amazing building. It's got history. It is an amazing place to go watch the Lobos play. I'm not sure there's any argument to that, okay? I think also what is reality is it is a building that is essentially 60 to 70 years old, right? When was it built? In the late 50s, early 60s? And it is in need of upgrades that I'm not sure are possible to do in that building. Jeff Grammer did a little dive into this, and because we've heard what are the reasons that you can't do it. They used to do it, and the reason we hear the most is you cannot put the NCAA's new floor, and I say new, but the NCAA floor in the footprint of the pit. It's not big enough. And I was like, well, why can't you carve off a couple of planks here or jackhammer out a row here? That always seemed to me, JJ, is, yeah, but, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I get it. Back in the day when the pit was hosting NCAA tournament, first and second round, they being the tournament, used the floor of the home team. You go back and watch Tyus Edney's highlights. It's on the Boise State court. You go back and watch Jim Valvano run around. It's on the Lobos court. And you watch all these games on the home court. And what is it, about 15 years now? 10 years? They started having uniform courts. The NCAA, a clean court with the NCAA logo on it and the location in the border at midcourt. Rudy called in yesterday. One of our callers said, why does the NCAA logo have to be on the court? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It's their tournament. It does. So I was like, well, why can't you just, if you got to take a few planks off of one side or whatever, I mean, there's got to be a way to do that. So Grammer looked into this. And there's a couple of things that the NCAA require. And he said the arena is not ADA compliant. There's no way to get, there's the ramp and that's it. It doesn't have a 10-foot clearance around all four sides of the court for media, for medical, for other access during the game, and it does not really around the court. The NCAA, and this one, JJ, you got to help me here. It does have video. He says it doesn't have video board, but they have to hang from the ceiling. That's the requirement.
Reading that, that's what it sounds like.
Okay, this is no video board, but they do. It says media, and this is Grammer reporting this, media accessibility is horrid. Requiring photographers and reporters to walk up and down the steps through fans throughout the game is not something the NCAA wants. The NCAA places a value on media access and coverage. Again, JJ, I don't know how you fix that one. Right? Other places, there's a tunnel. Like if you think of the Mountain West tournament at the Thomas and Mack, you come through a tunnel, you're on the floor, you go to your seat. Although now you got to kind of go up through the stands. Right? And then evidently, your television partners, CBS, Turner, can't get their gear easily to the court. They're right. The Wi-Fi does suck consistently in there. It is not good. So other than that, man, why aren't they coming back? That's a lot of things to address.
It's a lot of things to think about outside of fitting a court into the building.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of things to address. And as a fan, as you sit in your seat, you're like, yeah, but well, that's whatever. You're right. As a fan, sit. But as the NCAA, as they now have different standards, you look where they're going, man. They're going to newer arenas, newer places. They've evolved their standards. Well, the pit was renovated, 15 years ago, whatever it was. Yeah, what was renovated? They put in suites and they kind of somewhat widened the concourse, right? But other than that, I mean, you sit in your seat. If you're sitting in section P, row 12, seat 4, it's the same seat you've had for the last 60 years if you want it, right? Probably got the same paint on that little pint-sized place to put your tuck, right? So what's changed? Look, I want it to come too. Don't get me wrong. This isn't me trying to tell you why it can't, but this is Grammer kind of doing the work and talking about the reasons that it hasn't. So when you look at that, is that something that can be addressed? Are those plural things that can be addressed?
Well, some of them absolutely not.
Right.
The arena is not changing the way it's built for the ability to get to places on the floor, whether you're a fan or a broadcaster and or cameraman and or someone that runs all that equipment.
Mm-hmm. By the way, there's nowhere to pee during a game if you're a broadcaster. Steve Lapis got to go. He's got to run up the ramp and come back.
Yeah. Luckily, they usually can go to halftime show. We got 15 minutes. So.
Lobo Hobo says, no, not another penny into that old dump, Jeff. I want a new state-of-the-art arena. I do too. See, the answer is that. The answer is what I've been screaming since I got here 30 years ago. This town, more than a dang soccer stadium, and I'm not telling you we won't benefit from a soccer. Not what I'm saying, so don't hear that. This town needs an arena more than it needs soccer. Now, again, we got the opportunity, I think, to do both. We got this thing going on at the fairgrounds. The governor wants to put a stadium, or right? Well, I think you should put the arena, build an arena at the fairgrounds, and keep that Balloon Fiesta Park project going on for United's stadium, and have United get their stadium at Balloon Fiesta Park, and have an arena built at the fairgrounds, and we solve both of the problems in a time where there's some money in the state, and we can take care of everything that we need. Well, I say everything, both of those things that we need. United would get their place, not where they want, but they would get their place, and the arena, which is something that I think would get way more use. Indoor concerts, conventions, rodeos, basketball, hockey, indoor football, all kinds of that. To me, that's the answer. But JJ, then you'd have a new arena, depending if it was right size, and I think right size would be somewhere for this would be 15 to 18, right? To get the NCAA tournament, I don't think 12 you would be able to do that. But whatever right size means, and that's why we never get it. And then you could bid for the NCAA tournament. I just don't know if the pit's going to get it, man.
Doesn't sound like it. Appreciate the effort.
What about
Tingley tossing out the line?
What about Tingley Coliseum? You got easy access in and out of there. Kidding.
Hey, you brought up an interesting proposal. Unfortunately, the friends of the friends are United friends, and they're going to build a soccer stadium.
Yeah. I listened to Channel 7 and KKOB and the Journal did a gubernatorial debate last night. And the Republican candidates were a debate, and it was conversations, and they asked the same questions to Sam Bregman and Deb Holland about what's going on there, and a lot of things. And that was one of the questions, what to do with the fairground. A lot of people, like Deb Holland was like, I don't know, whatever the people want. Like she really didn't answer it. Sam had his answers. Most of the Republicans had an idea of what they wanted to do. And most of them want to keep the fair there. But I think if you built the arena there and kept going with the project that was on track for United having the stadium at Balloon Fiesta Park, you could knock down both birds Maybe two different, but at the same time, with the same slingshot throwing two rocks. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security service in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside.
Fans want to come to Albuquerque for a NCAA site. If anything, the reason it was ever hosted here was because of the historic nature of the pit, not to come to Albuquerque. Just leave it for what it is, a historic basketball arena with a unique atmosphere for your school to play in. You don't see Allen Fieldhouse or Cameron Indoor trying to host any games. They're not big enough, first of all. Nor are, well, Raleigh is, right? Raleigh could do it, nor are the towns. Why? Because you want to be in that rotation as a city. Look, I think that was probably a poke at Albuquerque. I'm not certain. But you want to be in that rotation. It's great for tourism. It's great for your revenue. It's great for your athletic department, and you feel like you could host it. First and second round hosts next year: Pittsburgh, Omaha, Fort Worth, Spokane, Charlotte, Minneapolis, Louisville, Sacramento. You want to be in that group. I mean, are you comparable with Omaha and Spokane, or Fort Worth for that matter? You know, who wants to go to Omaha? You tell me. The year after, they're going to Tulsa. I mean, if Tulsa can do it, why shouldn't you? Oh, well, they got the BOK. Orlando, Columbus, Salt Lake City, Brooklyn, Des Moines, Birmingham, and Seattle. Why wouldn't you want to be in that group of city and host it and have the economic impact and bring events and people to your city? That's why. Travis, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Travis.
Hey, good morning, fellas. I took the words right out of my mouth on that one. Listen, if you don't want to be a part of our community, and if you don't like Albuquerque, there's no reason to stay here. And there are a lot of other cities across the country. As I understand it, there's 50 states.
I heard that. Yeah.
And so there are a lot of cities, and you're welcome to move and be a part of any of those communities. But here in New Mexico, and here in Albuquerque, we have a certain amount of pride about our community. And, we love to share our community with other people. That's point one. The second point is all the points you just mentioned about the revenue piece of it. This is a great sports community, particularly a great basketball community. People in this community are smart basketball fans, love basketball being played at a high level. And so if you bring NCAA tournament games back to the pit or back to Albuquerque generally at a new arena, whatever it is, Albuquerque fans are, they're going to show up and, to go and watch it because it's going to be an event where high-level basketball is going to be played. So, and obviously the economic impact on our community is huge. We know the economic impact that the New Mexico Bowl continues to bring to our community every single year. One of the best events in college, in the playoff or in the bowl season in college football. So congratulations, Jeff, to you and your team for putting that on and making that work, because it brings so many eyes to our community. But the amount of economic revenue that it generates for our community is tremendous. So that, in a nutshell, is why we want to bring NCAA events here. Also, there's no doubt that doing that puts eyes on the program. Potentially could have an impact on recruiting, even though we live in an NIL world. The only thing driving that bus is the amount of money that you're going to pay these athletes. But still, getting the name out there is super helpful. But last thing for me, Lakers, Rockets. Any Laker fan out there has to be extremely nervous that after 3 days of rest, the Lakers looked old and they looked tired. You know, I'm not sure if this Lakers team is going to be able to get past Houston. I suspect that they will, especially if Kevin Durant does not return in this season or in this series. Although if we go to Game 7, he may well play. But if this team shows up against OKC, it's going to be a sweep, get your brooms out. Now, the Laker team that showed up in the first 2 games of this series with the energy and effort that they played with may have given OKC some trouble. But this team, the way that they're playing right now, isn't going to make anybody work. Isn't going to make anybody sweat. And it's even more disconcerting that the game last night happened at home. After 3 days rest and with Austin Reeves coming back. All of that are just really, really bad signs. I'm not sure what is going on with this Lakers team, that they're no longer have the energy and effort, particularly on the defensive end. Obviously, offensively, they're struggling. 19 points they scored in that second quarter, and basically that was the game. But they have to get back to the way they were playing in those first 2 games.
Amen.
Or LeBron may end up setting the record and being the first team in NBA history to be up 3 games in a first-round playoff series and lose.
All right, we're at the top of the hour, dude. I got to go. Appreciate the call. The good stuff. Travis called at 505-246-0610. Isn't it funny? Not the Lakers will set the record. LeBron will set the record. But that's how that narrative will go, I promise. It's the opening drive. He's not wrong. It might not be right, but he is. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Jimmy John's toasted sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-27.
JJ Buck.
Well, good talk today on the arena, on the pit, on the Lakers. Lakers lose last night to the Rockets 98-93. That game was in Crypto.com Arena, formerly known as Staples. Jabari Smith, 22 for Houston. They stay alive, do the Rockets. Take a 3-2 deficit back to Texas for Game 6 tomorrow. Paulo Banchero scored 45 for the Magic. Wasn't enough. Cade Cunningham scored 45 for the Pistons. It was. Detroit 116-109 over Orlando. That is 3-2 Orlando's lead, headed back to Florida for Game 6. And the Cavs take a 3-2 lead over the Raptors, 125-120 in Ohio yesterday. They'll go back to Quebec for game number 6 there. It's the opening drive. He's J.J. Buck. I am merely Jeff Symbieta. 505-246-0610 is how to get in. 505-246-0610 is also the Sports Animal Meineke on San Pedro text line. Meineke on San Pedro is car care done right. Emails Jeff at sportsanimallabq.com. And JJ at sportsanimallabq.com. Day ball today, Topes and Chihuahuas at 11. Matt Snyder's the hitting coach for the Albuquerque Ice Topes, and he will be with us coming up at about, well, in the next segment, about 9:15 today. JJ, it's ringing in my ears. So Travis went on a lot of different tangents right there. The last caller we had. But one thing he said is if the Lakers, if Houston comes back and wins these two, LeBron will make history for being the first guy to ever lose a playoff series when up 3-0. And reality is the Lakers would make that history, right? The Lakers would be the first team. Now, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't. The Lakers would be the first team, but that's going to be the story. It will be LeBron before the Lakers.
And there's a few players in every sport that get to that level, and that's where LeBron's at, even at 41 years old. This is going to be on him. It's his legacy. This is where he's at in his career. Everything just trying to build to be one of the greatest of all time, that when this conversation is happening 20, 25 years from now, you can look back and point to things on his resume. But it's also one where when you do something for as long as he has, whether you're a player or a coach, you're going to be on the other side of some of the records you don't want to be on.
When a team is down 3-0, what did I say? It was 1,600. I don't know what it was. NBA playoff history. When teams are down 3-0 in a series, they are 0-159. No team has ever successfully come back to win an NBA playoff series after being down 3. 16 of them, only 16 out of those 159, JJ, have forced a game 6. That's what Houston is. Should the Lakers be nervous? I think the answer is probably yes. Most recently, the 2023 Celtics forced a game 7. Remember that? They were down in Miami. This is only a couple of years ago, 2023. Miami was up 3-0 on the Celtics and forced a game 7, but the Heat won. Some teams have forced game 6, some have forced game 7, but nobody has ever won. Only 4 teams have ever gone to 7 games out of the 159. Now it's 106. Kind of crazy, man. I'd be nervous. And they're going to hear a whole lot of noise. And they could put it all to bed tomorrow. Just put that thing to sleep, because as loud as it may get between today and tomorrow, let me just tell you something. If they get beaten Houston tomorrow night, it gets really.
No doubt. LeBron James, how you going to respond? What you going to do? You have a Rockets team that they believe. They're like, all right, we're without KD. Cool story. Just like you guys are without Luka and Austin, but we believe in ourselves more. And I think it's evident the last 2 games, and a wake-up call, a.k.a. growing up after the Game 3 collapse. Houston is all in right now.
You know what you could get? You can get a Game 7 and LeBron goes for 42. Or you know, in golf, they say you shoot your age. What if he scores his age? What if he gets 41?
You might need it at that point.
No, that's what I'm saying. He might. And that would have to be a LeBron takeover game. You know, it's a big deal in golf. You shoot your age, right? And guys that become 78, 80 years old, they shoot, right? It's a big deal to shoot your age. You score your age? I mean, not when you're 21, but when you're north of 40. That'd be something, especially in a playoff game and an elimination. All right, so that's there for you. 505-246-0610. You're on the text line. The Sports Animal Meineke on San Pedro text line. I'll bite on Harold's before we go to the baseball talk. Harold says, what is Ryan Berriman long-term vision for Lobo volleyball? Jeff, yesterday I mentioned why I thought New Mexico Educators Federal Credit Union Arena was not the answer. That's the pit. It can't be more than a 1 or 2 year Band-Aid. You're wrong. And unless the new president comes in day one, commits to a significant upgrade of Johnson and surrounding parking, I don't think Lobo volleyball can ever return there. So where are they going to play? You aren't shipping them to Santa Ana Star. This is why a new state-of-the-art facility is so critical. They're playing in the pit. And you can bang this drum all you want. And you might even be right. Like, you might even have a point. You can bang this drum all you want. There is not, with all the needs that are there, they're not building a new arena. And I'm not going to give it a ton of time. They're not building an arena for Lobo volleyball. They've got Johnson Gym. If you don't find that to be sufficient, they've got the pit, which is sufficient. It's too big. That's where they're going. Just like Duke does, like Colorado, like many Colorado State does, Texas Tech does. A lot of other women's volleyball teams play in their basketball. Period.
End of discussion.
I mean, like what? Yeah, the new president's going to come in. You know what? Yeah, you're right. We need to address the hospital and NIL and educational issues. But you know what we need is a 4,000 seat arena. Where should we put it? By the way, where would you put it?
Right by Target.
Oh, yeah, right by the new Target. That'd be good, actually. Because then when you get out of the women's basketball game, you could go get a Gatorade that didn't cost you $12. I appreciate the input. Sid says University Arena renovation. What happened in this 2005 article? He just sent me a 2005 21-year-old article written by Mark Smith in the Journal. University Arena renovation would cost $16 million and enough to keep the NCAA coming. A few years later, it cost 4 times that, and they lost the NCAA. But see, Sid, what you got to understand is that the NCAA changed their criteria. And I think part of it was changed post the renovation, and some of it, what are you going to do, man? How are you going to make that place more accessible for the media and or getting equipment in? How are you going to create more room, that 10-foot barrier behind the benches and around the court? In that building, how are you going to do it? This wasn't the way it was designed. I know everybody says, oh, they screwed it up, and maybe they did. But I got to give a little bit of leeway here because I think the goalposts have certainly moved since the renovation. Here's an interesting little read from 2005 and look back at perspective on that thing then. You know what I mean? It is interesting. All right. But then again, there we go. All right. 505-246-0610. Let's do this. Let's get out of here.
When we come back, Matt Snyder is going to be with us. He is the hitting coach for the Isotopes. They play a day game against the Chihuahuas. Isotopes are the second leading hitting team and the second leading scoring team of the PCL. Why have they been so good? Talk to their hitting coach next. He works for the Rockets. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Every weekday morning, the opening drive starts your day with the biggest stories.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campus
San Pedro text line 505-246-0610. Meineke on San Pedro, doing car care right.
Day ball out at the ball pitch today. Topes and El Paso Chihuahuas. 11:05 start. 10:45 pregame. Josh Sushan will have it right here on your home for Isotopes Baseball, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. Glad you found us this morning, as you do every morning. Looking forward to this conversation because this is an Isotopes team that's been really fun to watch. Isotopes are 15 and 14, second place in the PCL East. They are hitting .282 as a team, second in the PCL. They scored 180 runs, and that is also second in the PCL. Why are they hitting the ball so well? Who are these guys? Well, let's check in with the guy who's in charge of that, to some respect. The hitting coach for your Isotopes is Matt Snyder, and he joins us this morning on the Sports Animal. Good morning, Matt. How you living?
Oh, man, I'm good. Thank y'all for having me on, man. I'm excited to talk to y'all.
Appreciate you getting up early in the morning. I know baseball guys love early morning stuff. So, but when you got a day game, what time you normally get up? Like you get out of the ballpark, home game. What are you getting up about 10 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, man, to be honest with you, I wish it was something like that. Yeah. I'd say more around like 6:37, kind of. Yeah, start the day, grind it out a little bit in the gym, and then get after it for the boys and just kind of get everything set up for them.
Yeah, that's work. All right, this team's hit. And in some respects, they've had a hit. Certainly early on, the bullpen was struggling, so you had to score a lot of runs. You got to love what you see early. Talk about just kind of as a group, this club. And I know Pedro was happy coming out of spring training. He was super optimistic, but I've never seen a manager coming out of spring training who's not. He said they're going to hit the ball. And obviously they are. You might as well take all the credit. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, I am very proud of these guys so far this season. This is a group that, first of all, the front office has done a really nice job acquiring guys this year to come here and kind of do what we really like to do as an organization right now, and that's really focus on controlling our zones and being aggressive where we need to be. And like something we talk a lot about here is just like understanding the terms of your at bat and kind of sticking to those and being convicted with them, and knowing that the work that you do before the game with prep and game planning and what tactics or strategy you're taking into the game is going to be the one that you stick with. And also knowing that there's times that you have to make a pivot, and when those pivots happen, like, you don't panic, you don't have any chaos happening, you just know what's going to happen, and you kind of just go with it that way too. So the guys have done a really nice job of that. They've done a nice job of being able to kind of buy into that, and some of it is new for some of these guys too. That I had talked with some of them at the beginning of the year, and kind of was something that they were aware of that they needed to get better at, and like that's something that we've really tried to hammer on with them, because it's kind of some of these guys low-hanging fruits of like how they're going to be able to create more value for themselves and get themselves to the big leagues ultimately. So it's been fun to see. Like this week has been a little bit of a test for us, different pitching staff, and so how we make adjustments that way is going to be huge for these guys too. It's a good week for us development wise.
Matt, what I heard from that is it's more what you were in that answer, more mental than it is mechanics, and hitting, from what I just listened right there, is as much above the shoulders as it is just your mechanics and getting your weight through, your swing, your hands, all those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when it comes to just developing athletes, and I think especially as hitters, like, for me, like there's four coactives, kind of like what you were saying. It's like tactical, technical, physical, and psychological. And none of those work in isolation. You got to make sure you're able to handle all four of those and find out which one of those is your most important to really be able to mesh them all together. But if you get too technical, then you start kind of losing the tactical, and like in psychology, you can kind of go downhill. And physically, it's like, where can we find some positions for you to move better, to you to have that confidence at the plate? But definitely tactics here for sure. I mean, like this is one of those things where we're at a higher level right now. These guys don't just randomly get here. So there's a lot of good things that they do. It's just polishing out some technical stuff and really being able to put themselves in better positions tactically,
Matt, this is your first season with the Rockies organization, and you're spending a lot of time out east. What did you think you knew about altitude and hitting, and what have you learned so far about hitting at altitude?
Yeah. My dad actually, it's funny, my dad played in the PCL a long time. He pitched in the PCL, so he understands altitude really well. But so I was, he was told stories about like guys that, when you get to places like here, you get rewarded for putting a good swing on the baseball. Like that's one thing that like we try to obviously hamper here too. It's like, we still haven't really reached our like home run, stride yet, but like we're getting rewarded for putting good swings on the ball. We're getting rewarded for having good at bats. And so as the season goes and we start having even better contact and understanding the timing, contact points and stuff, I think we're going to start seeing the ball fly even better for us. But, just knowing that, like, pitching, like, the ball's going to stay truer when it has spin, like a fastball is going to stay more on plane. Depth of some pitches is going to be affected sometimes. So, like, you're obviously going to see some backup pitches that are going to almost be effective just because they're not breaking as much, but they're also starting in a window where you think they're going to end up later. So, just being able to understand those things and, like, almost put those into your work and strategy and game planning just to understand like where we were at maybe the week before isn't going to play the same as here, so just having those things in mind while we go throughout our day is huge. I think that's been the biggest thing. I haven't been too surprised by anything just because we do the organization does a really nice job in general, just having the talks and being prepared for that stuff during spring training,
Isotopes hitting coach Matt Snyder joining us on the opening drive. And something you just mentioned is when you play a series at different elevations or different places, the game of baseball, all ballparks play different, but it's been something that the Rockies have dealt with for a while is, coming back to Coors Field, or that first years away from Coors Field, there's a big adjustment. How do you just try to mitigate that early in a series?
I think that, like I was saying, I think the biggest thing is just keeping that mindset as a hitter. It's like, go through your at-bats. Don't change as a hitter. Get rewarded for your good at-bats. Don't try to just elevate because we're in elevation. You're going to get rewarded. But here in Coors Field, there's a lot of room, so, like, don't just try to go out there and try to do home run derby. It's like like I said, you're going to get rewarded for having a good at bat, putting a good swing on the ball, whether it's a homer or a ball in the gap. Like those are both really good, you know. So like, don't just try to go for, you know, the grand prize when you can really have good at bats and stay to the big part of the field, put yourself in good position. And to be honest with you, when you keep that intent, you're probably going to get better results and probably going to get more homers that way anyway. So just keeping everything like in context is probably the biggest thing, to be honest with you.
Matt, who's been the biggest influence on you as far as your approach to hitting?
Oh man, that's a great question. So to be honest with you, like, I know I'm saying this right now, it could sound like one of those, oh, well, he's just saying it, but like, I can't tell you the impact that Brett Pill has had on me in the short time that we had together in spring training. He was incredible. Like, the man is always pushing himself to learn. He's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a very easy word. Always trying to figure out things, always trying to find new, like, solutions for stuff, like curious. He's very curious with hitting. He's very open. He's always trying to find things that are going to help each guy get better individually. That was huge for me. And another two guys that are going to be Brant Brown, who's the Major League hitting coach with the Cardinals right now, and John Mabry, who is the assistant Major League hitting coach for the Angels. Like, those two took me under their wing in 23, 24. Mabes is still with the org that I was with Miami, and he still kept me under his wing. And like, those guys like really took time to really help me out and really like understand the full basis of like holistically developing guys as hitters.
Yeah. Matt Snyder's with us. He's the hitting coach for the Isotopes. Scopes and Chihuahuas today, 11 o'clock here on the Sports Animal and out at the ballpark. Is you joined this new organization, and I don't know how much you know about the history of winning and losing in this place. I know you know about the Rockies. But there's been, fans around here, especially the old timers. When it was the Dodgers and the Dukes, and back in the day, there were a lot of championships. It's been a minute since they won, and Pedro's talked about the new approach of the organization with so much new at the top of the organization about winning. As you've been here now, and it's been a month, what's been the emphasis on winning as opposed to developing? And I caveat that with, I've always wondered, how do you develop winners without winning at this level?
No, that's a great question, and like the thing that I've seen so far, like, not to get off track or anything, but like, this is my 14th year in professional baseball. And I've said this to, I can't tell you how many people, but like, this is the best year I've had. Like, this is the most fun I've had. And this is the most curious I've seen coaches and staffs and just people in general. People want to help guys get better. They don't want to just say like, very, very, growth mindseted people, not fixed on things of the past. Like, there's a lot of new people here, of course. I wasn't here before, but everyone that is here right now, they're stacking in people that are curious, that want to help players. And to be honest with you, in my opinion, just from what I've seen in my 14 years now, and is especially an organization like this, like, you got to develop. Like, to win, like, you need to develop. Whether you want to develop in the minor leagues to make some moves that can bring in maybe some big league value, or overall, like, have your guys in the minor leagues, the lower levels, and throughout, like, develop into major league hitters, like, create value. And like, the way you create value is understanding them holistically and understanding that, each guy has something that they can do, and not just like they are who they are. No, it's like, how can we as a staff, how can we as like people in player development look ourselves in the mirror and say, like, we're doing everything that we can to help each guy individually and creating solutions that way. Like, there's a lot of people in baseball that I've seen that are problem finders, but like, there's a lot of people here that want to be solution creators, which is huge.
Matt, you come out of Ole Miss, you begin your baseball career, and you just mentioned it, the time that you spent as a player and now as a coach, and it's a long road, man. So what kept you going? What keeps you motivated to keep attacking this?
Yeah, it's been a long road for sure. When I was a player in pro ball, I was 6 years, 6 surgeries. I've had 9 surgeries total. I think it was like either 11, but I think it was 12 times on a 60-day IL. It was a grind. I think the biggest thing that keeps me going is one, I love hitting, like, obsessively, super obsessive hitting. I love hitting, and I love creating solutions, and I love working with people to help them figure their problems out. Like, as a hitting coach, you have to have those things. I feel like if not, then it's going to be a tough life, to be honest with you. But if you're always trying to work and trying to find things that help people, that help the hitters, that help them find ways to help them reach their ultimate goal and their dreams, like, it's an incredible feeling. And I remember, like, in 23, we had 7 of our hitters get to the big leagues, and some of them were that year. And like getting those calls, man, like those change your life forever. Because like it hits you hard, and you'll never forget them, because like you really hear and like you can feel the gratitude towards you. And it's like sometimes this job can be very thankless, and it's not about the thanks. It's just about like the grind and helping people. But when you get that, it really lights a fire under you. And like when you can really start to really keep doing that and force multiplying to helping other people, that it's really cool. And so like that keeps you going for sure.
Yeah, elaborate on that a little, because I don't think people ever see the grind and the hours. Like you just said, I'm up at 6:30 I'm going to guess you get back to your place about 11:30 at night after the games, and you guys get your calls with the big leagues, and you got your rehash and everything. And then you're up at 6:30 and you're at the ballpark at 2, and you're grinding with dudes in the cage and the underground cage and all that stuff. So when you do get that call, do you remember the first one? Like the first guy that you worked with that got that call and told you went to the big leagues? I'm going to guess it's got to be like a kid, doing something, because you worked with these guys so close.
Yeah, no, I do. So it's Dane Myers. He's with the Reds right now, but in 23, we worked together a lot in spring training out there before the sun was up, just grinding in the cages, just want some one-on-one stuff, just going through some stuff. Because to be honest with you, at that time he was very raw as a hitter. Like he'd hit a little bit in college and hit for like 1 year in pro ball, but before that he was pitching mostly, right? So he got to the Marlins, and we were grinding on some stuff, and the kid, he just wanted to eat everything up. He wanted to get better. He wanted to grind. And then when you feel that from a player, man, it lights even a bigger fire on you, and you want to keep going with him, help him out. So he went, and he was our 8-9 hitter to start the season in 23 in AA, and then all of a sudden just made a joke of the league and went up into the 3-4 hit, and then went to AAA and just made a joke at AAA, and then went to the big leagues, and 51% of his at-bats were well hit. So, like, he called me, though. I was in Montgomery. We were in Montgomery, and he called me, and we both, like, I think both of our eardrums almost blew up just from, like, how fired up we were. But no, I mean, like, those calls are incredible, man. And like, you go through the grind, you see what they go through. You see like the good, the ups, the downs, and like the battle that they go through. Like, you really, really, you feel for them in general, and you push for them. But no, like you said, like there's been a few times where I didn't necessarily sleep, but like even this year, like there's been a couple where maybe an hour or two, like I'd leave here at 2, 3 in the morning, wake up to kind of just take a quick, power nap and come back over to the field. But it's fun though, because like again, like it's not boring. The time flies super fast because you're trying to find the solutions. You're trying to really like grind out stuff for guys, and you get excited when you find things that are going to help them for sure. So yeah, it's a bit of a grind.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome. All right. I don't want to get into it, but last thing, we'll let you go. The hitters that I ask questions like this, and I don't want you to isolate anyone, but is there somebody you're really excited about this year just because they've made strides, let's just say from spring training to now? That you've worked with?
And like I'm when you go through the guys, like you can find positives with everybody, which is always great. You want to find those things and help them grind through itself. But I think, what I'd like to do, especially at the beginning of the year, try to finish off like that before the first week ends of the season, even after spring training, because we don't necessarily know who's going to be here or whatever. But like OKC, that first 3 days, like I really made a point to try to meet with everybody. And just one guy even kind of pointed out during the hitters meeting yesterday was Sterling Thompson. Like one of the things that he knew was like his low-hanging fruits was like, I need to continue to grow on being in the box and being a little bit better with approach and understanding like my terms and controlling my zones and, just being tactically more sound that way. And he made that a big emphasis for himself. And like, you really can see a massive growth with him in that area. So he deserves a shout out with that, man, like for sure. Like I'm super excited for him with that because everybody knows in hitting that it's not the easiest thing to do, but there's ways to do it. If you're convicted and you really understand, like, that's what I need to get better at, you can do it. And like, he's showing that. So that's definitely a guy that I'm super pumped for sure, man. But like I said, there's a lot of guys here that are doing really well and making some great, massive adjustments, man. So it's fun to watch all these guys.
That's good. It's fun to watch this team again. Topes are 15-14. They're the batting average and runs scored, second best offense in PCL right now, and they're just a good fun team to watch. They played 11:05 today against El Paso. Matt, enjoyed the conversation. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with us this morning. Best of luck. Have fun this season.
Man, I appreciate y'all very much for having me on. Thank you.
Be well. Matt Snyder, the hitting coach. Guys, that was cool, huh?
That was a fun conversation.
Yeah, what I learned is, it's like a golf swing, right? We talk about that all the time. How much is it mental to physical, right? And that's and the damn golf ball, as Tommy Lasorda told us years ago, is just sitting there saying, hit me. Coming at you 95 miles. All right, you respond to any of that. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Well, JJ, there's seems to be one team in the pack who's not afraid to play at altitude when a non-conference game, huh?
How about that?
All right, Lobo fan. I think you're going to like this. I think you're going to like this a lot. Lobo basketball has just tweeted that a rivalry will continue with Utah State. They got a home and home with Utah State non-conference. November 29th, they will play in the Pit, and the following year, they will go up to Logan. How's that feel for you? I think that's awesome, to be honest with you.
Solid non-con.
Yeah, no, it's really good. November 29th will be a Sunday up against the NFL. But, I mean, I don't think you care, to be honest. I think it's wonderful. I'm expecting Colorado State, maybe. Also, San Diego State won't do it. You don't want to
just play a Mountain West schedule into your Mountain West schedule.
Well, I mean, you want a couple of those regional games, don't you?
And they're good games to have.
I mean, they want it too, unless you want more UT Arlingtons and Texas Southern.
I hope. I think Colorado State would be on board. There hasn't been a lot of the foul language coming out of the Rams athletic department.
No. I mean, they do think they're better than you. I promise you that.
But that's just as conference.
Yeah.
Both.
Rod's in on the renovation of the Pit, botched renovation. I'm sorry, Jefferson, but it was a disaster. It was a disaster. You would think someone on the committee would have placed a call to the NCAA before it started and asked, hey, we're about to put a boatload of Ben Franks into the University Arena. Is there anything else you need that we should be aware of before the construction? I don't want to see anyone lose their jobs, but there needs to be jobs lost. All the people are gone that were around that. What if they just said to you, yeah, you need to hang a scoreboard from the roof, and you need 10 feet around the court, and you need access to the court for media and TV? Like, how are you doing that? Were you building another tunnel? Were you no? With all due respect, like what were you going to do?
Put a little conveyor belt down the ramp.
I mean, but the ramp is no wider than this room, right? What is it, about 12 feet wide?
A little pulley system.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, every arena's got, the rolling doors.
You tell me it's hard to carry a camera down there when a bull gets down there.
Yeah, bulls. Right. I'm not telling you that the renovation was imperfect. I'm hardly telling you. What I'm saying is, I'm not sure what more they could have done, even if they knew what was up with the limitations of the structure of that building. Where we are, 505-246-0610. All right, that's big news, Lobo fan. I think that's really big news. Speaking of another big news, you're looking for a big man in the portal. This one's out. The 7'9" guy from Florida, Oliver Rio, R-I-O-U-X. How do you pronounce that? You know?
Rue.
Is it Rue? He's going to play out west. He's going to UC Irvine. 7'9" Oliver Rue is committed to UC Irvine. Spent the last 2 years at Florida. He was a walk-on. He played 11 games last year. He became the tallest player in college basketball history at any level of score.
What a missed opportunity.
Well, they had
for the Lobos to play two bigs.
They had another like 7'4" guy. My brother knew the family real well. I can't remember the name. Anyway, yeah, I mean Irvine's had a few of these. My Zoom is out, JJ. Imagine that. I don't. Why is
that makes no sense because it doesn't happen when I'm over there.
On this computer? Yeah, I don't know. Just on this.
The curse.
It's just on here. All right. I actually that's kind of cool. The I just read Rick Riley post on Live Golf, which was actually quite comical to me. He was talking about. He says the Saudi royals are out. So who's ready to fund Live now? For only $6 billion over 5 years, you can allow stars like Sergio Garcia, Patrick Reed, and Phil Mickelson to fly in G6s, play 3 days of golf a week, and not worry about cuts. No TV execs to pamper because there's no TV deal. Who's in? Kind of right, huh? I mean, that kind of simplifies it. The comments are crazy, too. My concern is Trump's going to try to fund it with taxpayer dollars. Is that really your concern? Is that really? I see your face. Is that your concern too?
I wouldn't say it's impossible.
All right. You think he wants to get into Live now? You know what?
TJ hang out there all weekend.
I've appointed Mako. Nobody's better than Mako. It's the best. He's the best there's ever been. And Mako is going to Live as the greatest. We got the greatest players ever. We're playing on the best courses. Nobody ever thought we could have courses like this.
Team Trump.
Then they're all at Trump Resort. It can be. It'll just change it from Live to Trump, the Trump Tour, because that's easy, right? Yeah.
Do you think he'd? So do you think Rahm, DeChambeau, who'd be on his squad?
Whoever he wants.
That's fine.
Yeah, yeah, whoever he wants. Well, they'd all be Americans, wouldn't they? They'd have to be the greatest Americans ever. They got to be Patrick Reed, DeChambeau. Yeah, they got to be Americans.
Reed, DeChambeau.
Yeah, don't you think? I mean, I don't want to, Spanish. He doesn't like Spain. He's not, right? He's disavowed Spain. So he's not taking ramen surgery. All right, we'll wrap it when we get back. What you got to know as you go through your day, 505-246-0610. Fellas, if you're dragging, you don't feel well, you don't feel like yourself, don't assume it just comes with age and it's just going to be something you got to live with. It might come with age, but there's something you can do about it. Could be your hormones. Vita Vital Medical in Albuquerque, right here, is the place that actually checks your hormones. It can make you feel better. Real lab work, real medical professionals, real solutions for men. Solutions like testosterone optimization, weight loss, and performance peptide. They work. They test medical professionals. Blood work, results, and a plan specialized exactly for you. This isn't some just cookie cutter thing. This has worked all around the world. Why don't you take some time and take advantage of this opportunity and figure out what's going on with your body and stop feeling like it. They're offering your exam and blood work for just $79. Your initial exam and blood work, just $79. Figure out what's going on with you, fellas, and take care of it. 505-537-8484. That's the number, 505-537-8484. They're online at VitaVitalMedical.com. That's V-I-D as in David, A, V-I-T as in Thomas, A-L, VitaVitalMedical.com.
This is a Westwood.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jimmy John's Toasted Sandwiches take the fresh baked bread you love and turn up the heat to toasted perfection. Crispy and golden on the outside, melty and gooey on the inside. Order a toasted sandwich at Jimmy John's today.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505.
All right, what you got to know is you go through your Thursday. Lakers lost last night, 99-93. Wrote 98, right? Where's 99? 3-2 is the Laker lead, headed back to Houston for Game 6. Pistons got 45 out of Cade Cunningham, beat the Magic 116-109. Paulo Banchero had 45 for the Magic. And the Cavs beat the Raptors 125-120. Abby Pavia, the freshman. How about the week for the Pavias? Freshman at Albuquerque High has received more Division I offers, Utah State. And Lobos and Utah State have announced a men's basketball home and home. Lobos and Aggies in the pit. That'll be on the 29th of November this year, and they'll play up in Logan non-conference next year, which just feels right. It just feels like the way it should be for non-conference basketball.
Solid.
Yeah. All right, I got one other, and then we'll go to the phone. So this Rockets-Lakers series is really interesting. Jabari Smith led Houston with 22 points last night. He's a fourth-year NBA guy. He said before the game that the Rockets were obviously the better team, despite trailing 3-1. Quote, I just feel like top to bottom, you can say it's an opinion, you can say I'm biased, I just think we're a better team. So, of course, the reporters ran to LeBron after the game and asked him, what do you think about Jabari Smith saying they're better than you? And LeBron was cranky, especially right after a loss. I don't care bleep like that, bro. The game's won between the four lines. I don't give a damn who cares. Or I don't give a damn who cares. Of course you'd say that. Why would you say, no, we're not the better team? Ask one of the young guys that question. I'm too old for that. I like that this series getting a little tested. I like the young
feeling
guns
the pressure.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, 505-246-06. Is it Friday? I'm taking tomorrow off now that Terry called in this segment. Hi, Terry.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, JJ. Yeah, the poor Baylor quarterback bet that I wouldn't call till Friday. He lost out on that bet.
I see what you did there.
So I guess they're going to have 3 sites for that 76
and that's Texas
or 96.
Tech.
Correct? No?
I think it's going to be 2. I think it's Dayton and one other.
So they're going to have 3 games at each site on Tuesday and 3 games on Wednesday at each site?
No, I think they're adding 8 more games, right? They added 8 more. They're adding 2 and 2, so they're adding 4 more games, 8 teams, 4 games. So they'll play whatever the new site is. It'll just mirror what they're doing in Dayton.
Well, if you're getting 76 down to 64, you got to have 12 games. So total. So
well, you're going from 68 to 76. You're only adding. Yeah. You're adding 8 more teams. That's 4 more games.
Yeah. So you had 4 games.
Yeah.
And now you're going to add the other games.
You're going to add 4 more.
So you still have to. Okay. Yeah. I mean, from that standpoint, it still you got to come up with 12 because you're adding 8 and 4 more, and so you're going to say in 12 because you're going
what are we doing?
From there. So
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Liv, I was never a big fan. I do feel for like Harold Varner and Thurston Howell V or some of those guys that were in the middle because I think they're going to be tossed aside. Rahm will find a home, DeChambeau will find a home, something like that sooner or later. But the other ones that fell in the middle, because I really, and this just opinion, do you really think? And I know the pots went up and they're making more money, but do you really think they wanted to make it better, or were they trying to destroy the PGA? I had it both sides. Like I said, I wasn't a fan, but I was like, are you really trying to make the game better, or are you just trying to ruin the PGA?
I think initially they thought they could take over and become the Premier League. And then I think they realized it wasn't going that way. And how long you want to lose $500 million a year? And I just feel like they got bored with it. And we're like it wasn't going anywhere. Did it feel to you like Liv grew over the last couple of years? Is it getting better? Is it getting more exciting? It's kind of the same thing, which was not that big of a thing. And so how long do I want to throw $500-600 million at it?
Well, exactly. And we've just talked, and I'm not the biggest golf fan, but I knew either on Saturday, Sunday, either turn on Channel 413, there's going to be golf at, 1 or 2 o'clock or 5. Right. And like JJ admit, who wants to watch in the middle of the night? Who knows when it's going to be on? And, it does prove TV can be a big thing, but if you're playing in Indonesia or Thailand or, Guam or whoever where they're playing, trying to have it, and then you say, well, we'll just do tape delay or whatnot. But I got the feeling they just thought, they weren't really into it to make money, but I don't think they were getting what they thought. They thought they would get this big promo and, we'll look cool and everything like that. And I think it just, it fell flat on their faces. But like I said, my props go out to both Tiger and Rory and probably a few others that stood their ground and stayed.
Scheffler?
From that level. But, so we'll see on that. The one bad thing I'll put on my black hat for this was for locally, I voted, so like I said, I voted for when they redid Isotopes for them to do a whole new stadium downtown.
Yeah, a lot of people.
And then we would have had the old Isotopes for maybe soccer stadium and all that. But we saved a few $1 million. And yes, the Isotopes Park is wonderful. But when you talk about hoping for a new stadium somewhere, I don't know if people just want to spend the money. I mean, it'd be a great idea. I thought Windrock would have been a great idea. You still have the fairgrounds, but it's just not something that people think in advance and all that. But on that, you guys have a wonderful day until 9:47 tomorrow. You guys take care, be safe, and enjoy your family.
Later. I think we're going to spend the money on it. What was his point right before? Oh, the live thing. Look, I think they thought they were gonna take over the world with golf, and I think they're bored with it. And JJ, give me there's two worldwide leagues, so to speak, that come to mind. It's Formula One, and it's kind of the Premier League, or soccer overseas. What worldwide and like a regular event, not the Olympics, a regular league event captures the world? Can you say tennis does, like the French Open when Wimbledon, the French, and the Australian, as well as the U.S. Open, like that captivates the world. We'll watch it whenever you're kind of trained for it. If you're a tennis fan, the British Open, when it's over there, you'll get up early and watch that. But I'm trying to find a parallel for what they were trying to do, because when he says you go to Singapore, you go to all these places, well, there's people all over the world that are watching golf. There's probably a fan base all over the world. I think that's what they tried to tap into, but it didn't catch on here, and it feels like that's where it needed to catch on. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be really hard to carve out your niche, even when you have that much money behind it, because everything else that you brought up, there's a lengthy track record of those leagues or events for a long time.
Yeah. Thanks to Matt Snyder, the hitting coach for the Isotopes, who was with us today. 11 o'clock, they play. I'll be out at Frank Supply today. Come by and say hello. 3311 Stanford Drive Northeast, their big 73rd anniversary sale. Great opportunities out there today, so look forward to seeing you out there. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. The Jim Rome Show is after that. We get baseball at 11 o'clock. Then the rest of the Jim Rome Show, and then Kenny's in at 4 o'clock. We're back at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Award-winning radio then. Be good to each other, please. He's JJ Buck. I'm Merely Jefferson. You had a big day for you?
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Adrian produced on the TV side and did a spectacular job, as always. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you then.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Indigo Mortgage offers better rates and terms than that of big banks and out-of-state lenders. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loans. Let us serve you with an exemplary level of care. Indigo Mortgage